Hello, SpeedGaming. Welcome to another Super Metroid multi-category tournament race. We have a really good one for you tonight. On the left, we have azder, and on the right, we have MisterJGiggles. And they have chosen low percent ice as their category for some reason. There wasn't really a veto process with this one. They decided on it ahead of time, so that's what we are going to talk about tonight. Interesting enough, this is the only matchup this week where the runners actually have different records, and by the magic of Swiss algorithm, all of that nonsense, azder is in the 4-1 bracket, and MisterJGiggles got very lucky with his 3-2 record to get paired up in such a way to have to race azder this week. So what that means for the runners is a win for azder would clinch a spot in the playoffs for him. And on the other hand, a win for MisterJGiggles would secure a spot in the play-in race next week for both runners. So it's looking like all the runners who end up 4-2 will have to they'll have to work for their spot in the playoff, I guess I'll say. Yeah, it's storming here, so I hope everything stays okay, but that may be what the problem is. So sorry about that. Alrighty, runners, getting started. Yeah. I spend too much time with a Canadian. Let's talk about the low percent ice category in a nutshell. A very, very dangerous category. Probably the most difficult category we have in the tournament. I would say it's more difficult than RBO. The reason for that is you can't really get any extra safeties. The low percent ice category requires you to get 14% items. So only 14 items. You cannot get any more items. So you're going to get your morph and your bombs. You're going to get 3 E-tanks. You're only going to get 10 missiles, 10 supers, and 5 power bombs. And then, of course, your charge beam and your ice beam. And that's it. Well, and your suits. Varying gravity. So you can't get high jump. You can't get speed booster. You can't get more ammo. You're just having a terrible time with your ice beam. That being said, there are a couple things you can do to make the run a little bit easier on you. And I'll kind of mention those as we go along. If you ever do want to attempt low ice for yourself and your focus is on surviving, there are a couple things you can do to change up the route. And make it a little safer for you, but that is slower, so runners are probably going to go ahead and do this the standard way and not mess around with the route. So pretty much in this category, every boss fight is going to be very, very hard. Probably with the exception of Kraid. Kraid is pretty standard. Even the Fantoon fight, uh, Fantoon is pretty similar to New Route any percent Fantoon. The exception being you will only have 10 missiles as opposed to 15. And those 5 missiles can really make a difference against Fantoon. Um, Getting a good Doppler in. If you don't get the right drops in the right spot, Fantoon can kill you very easily. And then there's obviously, or maybe not obviously if you've never seen this category before, but the Ridley and Mother Brain fights. Tons and tons of shots with your charge ice beam because you don't have that much ammo. And then Mother Brain, you don't really go into that fight with any ammo. So it's 200 shots on her. But even the Dragon fight is significantly harder. You don't have that high jump and speed combo to do the shine sparks against her. You have like no ammo. You might see some pseudo screws against her, but basically in this category everything is hard and everything will kill you. Bomb Chorizo probably won't kill you. But maybe. I won't judge you if you die to Bomb Chorizo. Lots of good missile drops for the runners. Very nice clean fights for both of them. You're getting out a little bit quicker. He got a ton of missile drops. On our way, this is our first of 3 E-Tanks. And then we're going to head down to Brinstar to get our early supers. And one thing you can do to modify the route a little bit, if you want to make it a little bit easier for your Fantoon fight, you can grab the Brinstar Reserve instead of another E-Tank along the way. The Rainbow Beam does not care whether your tanks are reserves or E-Tanks. You will still live even with 2 E-Tanks and 1 reserve. But you're only really going to do that if you want a safety for Fantoon. I don't expect either of these runners to do that. Going into the Big Pink, one thing these runners will have to watch out for is they don't want to muscle memory themselves into the charge missiles, because they're only allowed to pick up 10 missiles. And with the exception of doing a crazy diagonal bomb jump across the moat, those moat missiles are unavoidable. So that would be bad if they picked those up. But both of them remember not to. So GG's. Kinda stinks coming through here without being able to use any missiles. But not a huge deal since we have that charge beam. And up the red tower they both go. And I did verify you could theoretically go to Kraid first in this category. And get your various suit for extra Fantoon safety. That also means you're going to be getting your Ice Beam ahead of time, so you can get back up Red Tower. But the issue with that is it's just a lot slower to do. But if you're not confident in your 1E tank Fantoon fight, it's an option. Pretty okay health for both of them going up the elevator. Nobody wants to touch a crab. If Azder were to touch a crab, he would have died. Giggles would have lived, but barely. Now it's time for the first real boss of the game, the moat. So they're going to attempt to do a CWJ. Neither of them really getting the first jump off very well. That might be good for Giggles, his second attempt. So if they miss this, they'll have to, oh heck. They can try again for the CWJ, and if not, they can go for the horizontal bomb jump. Or is it diagonal? I don't know. It's that way. Oh, Giggles getting the first jump good again, but not quite getting the second one in time. I don't do this bomb jump myself, but oh, he had it and he gave up on it. From what I hear and have witnessed, it's one of those tricks that can kind of get away from you. Oh, there they go. Both of the CWJs. No, Azder is on console. If he had to use an emulator, he would forfeit. He's a snob. Yeah, taking a dip in the ocean really stinks as well. I'd say that falling in the ocean almost sucks more than falling in the moat, depending on how far away from the beginning you are, because you have to go all the way back. Alright, Azder entering the Fantoon fight. We are going to see what kind of patterns he gets. Any person that you like to have the fast sometimes. Obviously because it's fast, and that's what you're going for. But I think sometimes when you're low on ammo, like you are in this case, relatively low, the fast can be dangerous, actually. So far so good on both sides. Oh heck. Missed that round. Giggles is in a little bit of a tight spot. The flames in Fantoon will do 40 damage. Oh no! Giggles takes the death at Fantoon. Yeah, like I said, like, really pretty much... Ooh, not sure. Well, pretty much with the exception of Kraid, none of these boss fights are trivial. Azder makes it out alive. But with this category, it's unfortunate to lose 13 minutes there. It's more like 11 minutes because you subtract the time of stairs were taken, but that doesn't mean it's over for Giggles. He does have to make it down the elevator though. This category is extremely volatile, especially when it comes to the Ridley fight and the Mother Brain fight. We could probably see a lot of deaths there on either side. This is one of those it's not over until you're in the ship categories. Hey, Azure coming out of the attic with full health. That is ideal. Because we are going to head on through this spiky room of near death. I'll take 60 damage from you. Yeah, a death to Ridley. Even with the save right there, that's also depending on how far in the fight you are, because the fight does take several minutes. A death to Ridley can cost you a good 5 minutes. So yeah, it's really not over yet. Azure, picking up the gravity suit, allows him to move freely in water and lava and whatnot, and also has pretty good damage protection against enemies. Nice to get that out of the way. They will not pick up Spacer. You will only get Ice Beam. And Charge, of course. Because remember, this category, you are required to get 14% and only 14% of items. The low percent, all it really is completing the game with as few items as possible, without any glitches or that sort of thing. So, I know it will hurt some of you to hear this, but Spacer is not a necessary item for completing the game. Yep, that's right, only 14 items. Well, the thing is, it's not really possible to get fewer items than 14 without glitches or, I don't know, playing on PAL, I guess. I don't really know. Every item that you get in this 14% is necessary. You need 10 missiles and 10 supers. That's actually mainly for Mother Brain 1. You really can't get any fewer than that. Charge beams necessary. And both suits are necessary. Because you need gravity to get yourself through Meridia. And you need Varia to protect yourself from the Rainbow Beam. So the Rainbow Beam will only cost 3 tanks. And you are disqualified if you get 15%. Mother Brain 1, takes 3,600 damage to complete. It wouldn't be possible to break the glass and go back and refill because you can't refill your supers. It's 10-10 actually in this category. So they've already gotten, at least as far as azder, he's already gotten all the ammo he's ever going to get. And about to grab Ice Beam, and that's going to be the last item he gets this entire run, with the exception of probably Ridley E-Tank. Yeah, in order for the glass to stay broken, you have to kill the entire glass, if that makes sense. You can't just break the hole in the glass and go back and refill and come back and have the hole in the glass still be there. Alright, Giggles taking on that moat again. Very nice bomb jump over. First try every time. azder with a nice ice escape. Giggles defeating the ocean this time also. So this Meridia, at least when it comes to what you get in this category, it's not really possible without high jump. Unless you're a crazy person, I guess, or playing on PAL. But I don't particularly know all about that. I do know the science has come back on this category, and I think it's going to be left the way it is. Alright. Giggle's gonna get his revenge on Fanty. Yeah, the only reason you get Varia is for the Rainbow Beam. That's the only standalone function it has. It will reduce the Rainbow Beam damage from 6 tanks to 3 tanks. MisterJGiggles. Be careful. Oh, not getting any. Oh dear. Okay. With that, Giggles has unfortunately, forfeit from the race. So really all Azder needs to do is finish to get the win. Staying on the worst room of the game, I don't think he has the bricks at the top broken. He's taking it safe here. He wants to conserve the power bomb, but I don't think he has a choice. He's gonna take it safe here. Or, never mind. I thought he was gonna bomb jump. He's gonna go for this nearly impossible wall jump. This is the hypo wall jump. Named after the person who discovered it. But yeah, this is the way you can take this room safely, is just by killing the pirates and bomb jumping instead of trying to use the pirates as platforms when you freeze them. It can be difficult to get a pirate frozen in the center. And then if you freeze the pirate on the wall, the pirate frozen hitbox is insanely weird. Like, I don't know. The hitbox is like 8 pixels off of its back. But you're coming in here for power bombs. It's a little tough to get back over, but he uses the fire flea very nicely as a platform. Yeah, he needs at least 2 power bombs to get back through here. Wants to avoid these key hunters. They do 50 damage. And then these Gigas coming up do 40 damage. He doesn't take the save, interestingly enough. See, those guys are big owl. Yeah, really E-Tank is good for safety coming out of Lower Norfair. These golden pirates, if you don't have any ammo, they'll take 20 charge shots to kill. But luckily, he did have some ammo left over. But yeah, it's... depending on... it's kind of the same as any percent, depending on how much health you end up with once you're done with Ridley. It's faster to get the Batoon E-Tank. Because they don't have speed booster in this category, so they have to do a little jig where they go under the bricks and under the Batoon E-Tank and around it if they do grab the Ridley E-Tank. So yeah, there's a few reasons why the Ridley E-Tank is slower, but beneficial because Lower Norfair is scary. Hmm. Actually not filling up his missiles to capacity. That's not a huge deal. That's just 5 extra charge shots. Gonna start off with the Ice Shield SBA, Special Beam Attack. And then use Power Bombs early in the fight. It's not the best idea to use Power Bombs late in the fight when Ridley is aggravated. And he's laying them in a good spot. You want to lay them kind of in the middle of the room as best as you can. That way they're more likely to double hit Ridley. So you can get up to 400 points of damage against Ridley in one Power Bomb if you get them to double hit. So the amount of ammo he has, gonna say he's gonna want to do roughly 125-ish of these charge shots, provided he doesn't miss any of the ammo he has. If you only do charge ice, it would be a total of 200 charge shots, but with the ammo he has and the power bombs he has, plus the SBA he already used at the beginning, I think it's roughly about 125 that he's gonna need. Azder did not save. At least not down in LN. I don't know if he took a save anywhere else. I don't know. I don't really know where he would have other than that, so. If he did, maybe at the top of the Lornorfret elevator, I didn't see it. Yeah, if you get Ridley in a nice pogo pattern, you can get several shots in each round. Oh, I think he accidentally broke spin there, but he handled it graciously. But yeah, just like said in chat, you don't want to get too greedy with Ridley. You don't want to be too aggressive. It's kind of annoying that the fight takes so long, but you have very little health, and Ridley hurts a lot. I think his body doing 40 damage and his tail doing 30, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, if he's pogoing over to the right, you can probably get about 2 shots in. And then you should morph under his tail. And then once you're under his tail and then on his left side, you can kind of do a little bit of a spin jump towards him and he should turn around as long as you do the jump high enough. And then the left side pogo, you can get a few more shots in. Just grab there. Oh, and Ridley is down. He made that look not so bad. Very, very nicely done. He's gonna go ahead and get this E-Tank. So he'll have to remember to squish himself under the Batoon E-Tank to get around it. You want to be safer. You could farm your ammo up after Ridley. just in case you get caught in a bad situation with the key hunters. Key hunters, though, they do take 6 supers to kill, so basically if you kill one of them, you're pretty much forced to either get through it or use your charge ice beam, which I don't even know how many shots that would take to kill a key hunter, but kind of a lot. Oh, just barely doesn't get the roll under that one. Let's see if you can this one. There we go. Nice use of screw attack. This room is a little bit annoying. Or not screw attack, but pseudo screw. And then one more room to get through, and then his lower north fair is all done. Alright, nicely done. So you can see where that third E-tank came in handy. Alright. He's gonna farm up here at these bugs at the top. Get himself all nice and prepped for Meridia. There's not really a better spot to farm on the way. The bugs are not being nice for those last 2 supers. Yeah, it was. They didn't drop him any power bombs either, interestingly enough. Still with the one lonely power bomb. Which I think he's already broken the tube. So he only actually needs one to get through Meridia. But if he does become desperate, the Meridia crab will drop power bombs pretty often. Just checking out here what azder's PB for this category is listed as. It's listed as 55-56. But I have no clue whatsoever if he's on any kind of pace to be around that. And I don't know the last time that azder has actually ran this category. At least I haven't seen it for a while. Yeah, rough indeed. Like I said, other than Kraid, every boss fight in this category is significantly harder than it is in any percent. Even if you do a new route, Fantoon first any percent, where it's pretty similar, but those extra 5 missiles that you can't get do make a difference against Fantoon. So close to a first round Batoon. No matter though, he's down. Alright, time to get squished in the sand. He's quite good at doing that. I would 100% fall through the sand and have to go back around. And farm up before Dragon. He's using missiles, and these bugs are also being pretty stingy with the supers. This next room coming up, the Coliseum, can be a little annoying. Not having maybe the high jump boots that you're used to having, or even just the speed booster and getting the full halfie or something like that. If you can deboost off the spikes really well, it makes it pretty fast, but he gets through just fine, like it's nothing. Getting stuck in that sand down there is pretty bad because there's spikes in that sand, which you don't know unless you fall in. I mean, I assume it's spikes. I've never actually seen them. Alright, Dragon. He's actually leaving one of those turrets alive to conserve some ammo for the fight. Dragon would ordinarily take 20 supers, but of course, we don't have 20 supers, so we work with what we got. Got a nice fill up of missiles, so he's gonna go ahead and kill that turret. And that, getting decent drops from the goo. Pseudo Squirrel will hurt Dragon. You know, my dog's going insane. She really doesn't like Dragon. That's what I'll say. Sorry about that. Okay, I don't know. I've seen him do it 3 times now. Does pseudo screwing Dragon back, does that hurt her? Or what is the point of that? Someone tell me in the chat. Or is he just being weird? Being grabbed is not great. Dragon. Really? Even hitting her back? Wow. I didn't know that. Interesting. It doesn't look like it hurts her. But I guess at any rate, she is down. I guess especially if you use the practice ROM, you can see that it does hurt her. Oh yeah, I didn't know that. Good to know. Alright, Azder wants to be a little bit careful. A little low on health. Leaving. But it should be fine. He could farm up again at the bugs if he wants to. It's not completely necessary, because he'll be headed towards the ship. And with Ice Beam only and no speed, it is faster to just go ahead and go down the sand pit instead of doing a reverse ice clip back. Now he's quite low on health. Yeah, Please don't die. Doing Meridia escape. It's not worth it. Stop it. Yeah, stuff in Meridia also hits pretty hard. Not quite as hard as lower North Fair enemies, but pretty darn close. This grab jump is really tricky. You have to do your jump out of the pause menu, or into the pause menu as perfectly late as possible to get high enough to make it up there. You could theoretically bomb jump all the way up there if you want to, but that's slow. Need a super for the gate though. Alright. I really hope he ship refills. Oh, does he? He did the thing where he's got the constant health alarm going off. Or I'm just hearing things. Silly. Oh, he doesn't take a save. My little heart. Well, if he's going to save, it's better to save at the Turian save. Anyway, but still. Looking at his timer, I don't think he's quite on PB pace. I'm gonna say my unprofessional opinion is maybe this is gonna be like a 57. But so far, an excellent run. Really, I'd say any time you can make it this far is an excellent run. This category is no joke. Metroid rooms, almost the same as any other category. You just have a little bit of a smaller beam to work with. But this is one of the reasons why, maybe even the biggest reason why low percent ice is superior to low percent speed. Because if you get speed instead of ice, you would have to powerbomb the Metroids and keep going back and refilling your powerbombs over and over again. Because, for one thing, they take 3 powerbombs, and you can only have 5. And when you kill Metroids with powerbombs, they only give you 1 drop, instead of a whole bunch. Okay, let me correct my statement. Maybe it's not superior, but it's faster, at least. What if you're speedrunning? Faster is better. He's gonna open this door, and he's going to open the eye door. Has to be very careful. These eye doors can and will kill you if you let them. It happens. If you... I'm not sure how much damage the eye door does. More than one. But yeah, if you don't hit it with a missile or super in time, it will shoot little beams at you. I remember as a kid being terrified of the Ghidorahs. But now it's like, whatever. I'm not gonna hit the Ghidorah in time. Because once the Ghidorah starts shooting at you, it's like almost impossible to get it to stop and get it in a spot where you can shoot it again. But yeah, see, as you can see, he has one missile left, so pretty much with your 10 and 10, you have exactly enough ammo to take down Mother Brain 1. So it's gonna be 200 shots, and that there counts as 4 shots, the ice shield, so that's 8. The optimal number of ice shields you can do on Mother Brain is 3. But it can be pretty dangerous to get that third one in. If you're not quick enough, she will move from her position and hit you, and that's probably Rip Run. Azder normally likes to, well, he likes to hop, but he likes to shoot her from underneath. Not a lot of her attacks can get to you from underneath her chin. You'll see some people kind of, they'll stand in the corner and shoot kind of more traditional, and then they will try to bomb the bombs that she laid so they don't explode. So that's one way to do it. So avoiding those bombs can be tricky, because, ooh, takes an onion ring there. If you jump up to avoid the bomb explosion, she'll sometimes do an eye laser at the same time jump. Those eye lasers, I want to say the eye lasers, oh no. He didn't save, did he? Yeah, Giggles. Unfortunate Giggles. Get back in the SRL room. It's tied. I believe he is well within his right to unforfeit, but I am not an organizer, so I'm not going to say that definitively. Um, yeah, see, you think that, but Osher still, he just won't save. He just refuses to do it. And I suspect he was not on PV pace, but that could be a reason why you wouldn't save. But really, I don't know. He wants to win. The win locks his spot in the playoffs. A loss, or even I'd suspect even a double forfeit, would cause him to have to do the playoff race, the play-in for the playoffs. So not 100% guaranteed like it would be if he had just won. But again, that's an organizer thing and not a polar bear bunny thing. But if you missed it the first time, we are running low percent ice, aka 14% ice. Because you are only allowed to get 14 total items in this category, otherwise it's not 14% ice. I don't know what it is. It's any percent. Yeah, I don't know, like, do I just have to repeat myself through this whole... I feel like I had all my commentary practiced and I used the whole script already. So now, I don't know what to say. I even ran a low percent ice attempt and died to Ridley 3 times to prepare for this commentary. My record was 66 charge shots on Ridley, by the way. Halfway there. Well, thank you. Alrighty, well, once again, we have our Brinstar loop. We have to remember we cannot get the charge missiles because our max amount of missiles that we can get in this category is 10, and we already have 5, and the moat missiles are virtually impossible to skip. Giggles did say though that he had only done 2 completed low percent ice runs quite a while ago. So regardless, sounds like he's not too practiced anyway. So I could understand forfeiting if that was the case. 'Cause this category, uh, it just takes so much skill and so much patience. I can applaud anyone who can finish one of these and just says that's it. I would not blame them at all. You guys should have just played bingo. Gosh. Alrighty. Azder, gonna go up to the moat again. Has a little bit better health than he did last time. Not good on missiles though. He's gonna get 5 at the moat, obviously, but I don't know. Being full is good. Not really sure that there's other actual categories that are required percent. But I think 14% or low percent ice is the way it is because it's the lowest possible amount that you can get and still complete the game without glitches. But yeah, as far as no glitches, we've got this. And if you don't already know, you could, instead of getting ice, you could also do it with speed booster. Which, if you do low percent speed, and you do decide to be safe and go to crate first, you can get speed to get yourself over the moat. I know, I'm sorry about my dog. She's angry. She has the loudest bark I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, she is all the way upstairs. She's small but mighty. She's a chihuahua, so if you ever owned a chihuahua, you know how it is. Excuse me, just a moment. Alright. Sorry for stepping away, but I see that Azder took down Fantoon. So everything's okay on that front. Yeah, Giggles did take 2 deaths to Fantoon earlier. Haven't really run this category in a while. And Usher is going for round 2. It's good on health and ammo. Power bombs are even fine. Doesn't really need them at this point. Gets through the attic nicely. And then has full health for the bowling room spikes. Yeah, that was 2 hours in. But some of us have a race in less than an hour, so I'm gonna need you to chop chop. Alrighty. Now that we have our gravity suit, we are actually going to head down and visit Kraid, gather our various suit, and our ice beam. And all that good stuff. Another E-tank, I'm sure. Has to be a little careful. Gravity suit protects against a lot of damage, so it should be fine, but still. You never know. Super Metroid is a very mean game. I can kill you at any moment. He's actually not hitting upgrade first. I'm pretty sure in the last race he hit upgrade before coming down here. If I recall correctly. Still not in too much danger. These enemies won't hit him that hard with that gravity suit. The game didn't really intend for you to have gravity suits at this point. But yes, then we all came along and broke the game. So, he's not gonna have a Varia suit going through Lower Norfair this time, but Varia suit doesn't actually do anything. He already has the heat protection from gravity suit and the damage protection from gravity suit. Really, Varia, its only functionality in this category is protection from Mother Brain's Rainbow Beam. So it doesn't matter too much whether you do upgrade now or later. Yeah, lava dive. Huh. Thinking. Oh yeah. Because when you do your grav jump and you have to take off gravity, that's right, the lava will hurt you more than it would if you had Varia. So good point, Owl. Thanks for mentioning that. It's hard for me to completely remember what all the suits do. Because I'm a rando baby. But yeah, I have a feeling this isn't gonna be good. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. It's fine. At least the lava dive was fine. Doesn't take the save at the top of the elevator. Should have bomb jump up there. Bomb jumping, that's a thing you can do in Gravitron, but can be hard to dodge those Namhe fireballs. Alright. Let's see how he manages through worst room of the game coming up. Quite low on health. I think maybe can take 2 hits by these pirates before he were to die. If you can get those 2 pirates to converge and use your ammo on them that way, that is best because you will hit both pirates at once. I think he is gonna actually try and freeze this one this time. And you can see the hitbox really is not friendly. It's several pixels off the pirate's actual back from where he had to wall jump, and that is a death. And round 3. Yeah, everything lower north for hits for a lot, and if you... There's not really a way to farm your health back up before worst room in the game. That is really that is fast and effective, I guess. You could theoretically green gate glitch, I suppose, and go to the health refill if you wanted to. So while you can't pick up more items in low percent ice, there are silly things you can do to kind of mitigate the harshness of it. But like I said, you are restricted to the 14 items only in this category. Cannot get any more. Yeah. You could turn off your console and you could go to sleep. Never think about this category again. Speaking of dinner, I am very hungry, by the way. Uh-oh. There's a... So this time Azder took a death in worst room of the game to a Namahe flame. It appears that MisterJGiggles is attempting to unforfeit. I don't know what the rules say about that. But an attempt is being made. Also, I don't know about actually getting his stream back on. I have no idea. There's a lot I don't know. But oh, okay, it's back. Alrighty then. Yeah, Audrey took a death first to Mother Brain, and then on his restart, he took a death to worst room of the game. I don't know what he has to put in SRL to unforfeit, because it didn't say anything when he hit .unforfeit, so... So I guess we have a race again. Yeah, MisterJGiggles got out all of his rage and anger and is ready to show the category who's boss. Yeah, I'm not really sure how this is gonna be handled. Um, 'Cause there is another race on this channel at the top of the hour. And I don't think even azder will finish in time for that. I mean, I don't mind waiting, but I don't know um what SpeedGaming would have to say about that. Yeah, yeah, I'm fine with waiting too. Just not sure how that works with their side. And I think I definitely need a snack before the race. I'm very hungry. Alrighty. Round 3 versus the moat and MisterJGiggles. Going on up the elevator on his round 2. Well, actually, it's his round 3 as well. But anyway, if you are just joining us, this is low percent ice, 14% ice, whatever you would like to call it. Runners are only going to get 14 items total. No extras, no extra safeties. Basically gonna beat the game with just charge and ice. So that calls for some very tricky situations. The first big hurdle being the Fantoon fight. This Fantoon fight is not too much different than any percent new route, but it is a little bit different. You do have 5 fewer missiles than you normally would. Because again, the ammo ratio in this category is 10-10-5. Keep it in line with your 14%. Yep. My race versus Fire Spirit is scheduled to be on this channel. That was a pretty nice Fantoon fight from azder. Living is good, but didn't run into too many problems there. Alright, azder gonna pick up these left side supers in the wreck ship, and that's gonna be the last bit of ammo that he picks up. Giggles is headed into Big Pink. Has to pick up his first supers and remember that he does not want the charge missiles, just the charge beam. And that, in combination with the ice beam, will get them through the rest of this entire run. So, no plasma, no wave beam, and certainly no spazer. You know, Rumble, that's a great question. To start from the beginning, JGiggles took a couple Fantoon deaths in his runs. And forfeit. At that point, azder made it all the way to Mother Brain and took too much damage, but did not save at all, ever. Therefore, he started over. And then, in round 2, he took a death in worst room of the game, also not taking a save ever. And JGiggles decided to re-enter the race. And here we are. I used up all my good commentary for the first round, not suspecting any of this would happen. Alright, Giggles getting his first and only power bombs. So azder is going to take his gravity suit and hopefully remember to go to Kraid this time. Because I was a little bit incorrect in saying that that Varia suit doesn't really have much of a function other than the rainbow beam. Thanks, Rumble. Yeah, 3 races worth of a category that I barely know. See if... Yeah, if you take off gravity suit, Varia is very nice to have. This is 3 races worth of bingo, I wouldn't mind, but, you know, it's not. Alright, Giggles. Looks good on that jump. We'll see if he makes it over. Very nicely done. First try. Alright, azder does remember Kraid exists. Yeah, I think Giggles is on fire now. He's gonna get his revenge on Fantoon pretty soon. Yep, azder is 4-1 and Giggles is 3-2. I believe they are the only pair this week that happened like that with our Swiss bracketing. So yeah, so a win for azder would clinch his spot in the playoff. A win for Giggles would mean that both players will have to do the play-in race next week. So if azder can go ahead and win this, maybe take a save, you know, might be helpful. He could take a break next week. But He won't. He won't save. He doesn't listen to me. He wants me to continue to starve and be really hungry for my race. So, uh, yeah, this is all the same match. Timers are different, because Giggles had forfeit at first, but after Azder took his death and had to restart completely, Giggles decided to come back into the race, so timers aren't gonna be quite accurate. And he does get his revenge on Fantoon. Very nice. Has great ammo coming out. A little low in health, but should be okay. Alright, Azure. Gonna grab his ice beam. That's alright, Kip. I will be okay. But thank you, though. Appreciate it. Yeah, in SRL, the race has to be over for your forfeit to count, and so the race isn't over till it's over, I guess. And truly, the difference in time, it can happen even with the regular run. If you do save and still end up taking a few deaths to either Ridley or Mother Brain, or both. Which in this category is quite common. Well, yeah, with Varia, your health drains quite a bit slower in the lava. His first round, he actually refilled PBs at Fireflies when it came down to it. So you might just go ahead and do that again. Alright, and Giggle. Gonna head down to fight his Kraid. Kraid being probably the only boss fight that is pretty normal in this category. Every other boss fight is significantly harder. So yeah, Azure will have to refill his PBs at Fireflies. That slows you down a bit. And it can be tricky to, oh no, get back up, but think he is aware of his powerbomb count. At least I hope so. Yeah, that's probably true, Romoments. It probably is faster to farm the Violas, the little blue balls, before fast pillars. And when he came out here the first time, he actually left that first fire fleet alive, and froze it to stand on it to get back up here. Cause that jump over there can be tricky without Oh, he's actually around this E-tank. Interesting. He did come back with very low health, so 2 hits would have killed him. 2 hits of anything, really. But yeah, that jump is quite hard. He made it look pretty easy, though. Giggles on his crate fight. I'm gonna try and set up the quick kill with the charge beam. Ah, nice backup. Very nice. Please save. Please. Don't do this to me, man. You're doing it to me. Why do you hate me? Alright, Giggles getting his very suit. Now he is super powered. And ready to go take on his Lord Warfare. Azder has a good amount of supers for these pirates. They take 3 supers. Otherwise, it can take quite a bit of time to kill them with just your charge shot. Takes 20, I believe. Yeah, with the extra E-tank, he's actually in better shape than he was in his last round when he got Ridley on his first try. He's gonna farm up to full supers and probably full power bombs as well. So that he can get the maximum damage against Ridley, because your ice charge beam only does 90 damage. So not even 100 damage, not even a missile worth of damage does your charge beam do. So I think once he gets through with the Ice Shield SBA right there, gets through his power bombs, and then also including his ammo, I want to say he needs about 120 charge shots to make up the difference. At least when I ran this category, that was all I had in my head. In this category, it's common to obviously pick up the Terminator E-tank, usually the Crate E-tank, and then you can pick up the Ridley E-tank. It's a little bit slower, but the Batoon E-tank is the fastest to pick up for your third one. Oh, world record only has 1 tank going into Ridley. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Oh, well that would make sense then. World record does create after Ridley. Who has the world record in this? I don't actually know. Overfiend. Thank you for this. And Rumble. Sub 50. Alright. as you're getting some good pogos, you can get a couple shots in while he's pogoing over to the right. Then you wanna go ahead and morph once he underneath his tail once he bounces. And then if you jump up towards his back, do a little spin jump, you can get him to turn around and pogo the other way. And you can get more shots in that way. It's not too bad when he's swooping. You just kind of have to wall jump to be able to jump over him, but it is a little bit slower to get shots in that way. So that kind of stinks when he does want to get into his swoopy patterns. JGiggles makes it to the lava dive. Enters Lower Norfair with pretty good health. Oh, it was an April Fool's world record. That's neat. So I don't know. Yeah, it must just be Ridley's kind of decision whether he wants to keep swooping or go back into Pogo. Pogo makes it quite a bit easier to get your ammo in. By what I'm reading in chat, this is not good. But we'll see. Alright, Giggles handled those first pirates really well. Ah, close to damageless. I hope so. I cannot. For those of you who are not reading chat, if you're in the future on YouTube, Azder is saying words in chat that I cannot repeat. It's all his supers in, while Giggles takes on the mighty. So he does have Ridley down. Giggles taking on the mighty pirate hitbox. That was a very nice fight. Yeah, that would have been kind of weird to have it go so well and then suddenly lose 3 tanks worth of health. Giggle's gonna take it safe with this pirate. And then enter Amphitheater. Amphitheater can be a little tricky because you don't have high jump boot. But at the very least, you have gravity, so if you did fall in the acid, you could get out fairly easily. But you do have to be careful and go around the pirate. And if you shoot the pirates in the face, they will scrunch up and they won't be able to shoot their lasers at you. Gets the key hunters in very nice position. He doesn't take a save. Fearless. What is with these runners? The save, man. I mean, I think Giggles has a lot less to lose in a way by not saving. I mean, he sees that he's behind, and he doesn't want to become more behind, but on the other hand, for Giggles, being able to win gives him a chance at the playoffs. If he takes a loss, he won't have a chance for the play-in race at all. Azder narrowly avoiding death to those key hunters. Giggles only has the 2 E-tanks, which is pretty standard in this category for Ridley. I think Azder just had such low health leaving the Fireflies, that's why he picked up the 3rd E-tank and on the way to Ridley, but Giggles gonna make sure he has full ammo. You definitely want full burst, if anything. The supers do the most damage to Ridley, doing double damage, 600, as opposed to the 300 that they would maybe normally do to other enemies. Yeah, Azder cannot pick up any more items. He is at his 14. Giggles opening with the ice shield. Laying the power bomb on the platform. I don't know if that hit Ridley at all. I subscribe to the idea that you want all your power bombs in the middle of the room. Uh, so that they have a good chance of double hitting. A little bit of a shaky start for Giggles. But we'll see if he can get his footing back and be okay. Oh. Didn't get Ridley to turn around that time, but managed to stay safe and not get hit. So that's good. Ooh. Really took a very menacing swoop there at that point. Yes, if you get more than your 14 items, you have to reset. And or you're disqualified if that's how you decide to finish. I think the time limit they have is 3 hours, but I could just be confusing that with every rando tournament I've ever been in. But yeah, I'm not sure how SpeedGaming actually wants to handle it as far as there being another race after this. It's not an important race. No one should watch it. Alright. Giggle's still in it. Kinda waiting for Ridley to take another color change, I believe. Well, I'm glad Kip knows it all. Kip is an organizer, actually. Very kindly keeping an eye out on mobile, I believe he said. Azder does successfully, well no, Giggles does successfully skip the Batu E-Tank. He's pretty good at that move. Ridley though, Giggles can't take another hit. He might be able to take a fireball. I think those do 15. But I could be mistaken. Oh. Oh, that was close. I was right. Yeah, the opener was unfortunately a little shaky for Giggles. And it can be hard, a lot harder to keep your energy up once Ridley does kind of get aggravated, gets a little bit into that enraged cycle. There's a time limit because some racers don't like to save, and theoretically it could go on forever. If there wasn't a time limit. Oh. Well, GG to Giggles. He has officially forfeit. That was a really good effort. Really close. to taking Ridley down that time and being able to get into that super missile phase. Azder using some pseudo screws against Dragon, which I learned will hit her even if you pseudo screw her in the back. Does 200 damage. Yeah, Giggles did not take a save. She should be close to dead, but he still wants to be a little bit careful. Dragon does 40 damage, even with both suits. And she's down. Excuse me a moment again. Alrighty, I am back, friends. Just kind of seeing. to you. But at any rate, azder is going to be entering Turian for the second time. And hopefully some other brain fight goes a little better. Yeah, it's so azder being 4-1, it's in his best interest to actually finish so that he can just clinch a spot in the playoffs and won't have to do the play-in race next week. So yeah, if he runs over the 3 hours or forfeits as well, it'll count as a loss for him, and he will have to do the play-in race next week. Oh, it would be a 4-1-1. So you would make the playoffs, no matter what. Oh. I see. Sorry. So, okay. So yeah, he'd be 4-2 if he were to forfeit. No baby skip in this category. Because without speed and high jump, it's nearly impossible and also slower. Because you'd probably need a lot of jumps. Alright, I looked away for a second, but I'm guessing he still didn't save. So if he dies again, at least hopefully he will die early enough to be able to do another run and complete it before the 3 hours is up. You know, I'm not sure how much you win for first prize. The total prize pool is $750, generously provided by Balls Grana and Megacat Studios. um, yeah, I'm honestly not sure how much. Let me see if I can find that information. Oh, here it is. First place wins $300 of the $750 prize pool. And if you come in, so the playoffs will be 16 people. The top 16 will go into a bracket, and the top 8 finishers of the whole tournament are eligible to win cash. So basically, if you make it to the playoffs, you just have to win one round and you already win $25. So that's pretty nice. You're guaranteed to win $25. So that's quite generous. Alright, chat saying he saved at the ship. Hopefully he did. Odds are using the corner strats this time, actually, not doing what he normally does and going underneath Mother Brain's chin. I also learned that if you fall into the center of those bombs and you get the little bloop as if you took damage, you actually don't take any damage. Apparently, with both suits, the center of the bomb explosion hits for, I think it was like 3/4 of a hit point. So the game just rounds that down to 0. At least that's what Osher told me. So it'll look like he took damage, but his health actually wouldn't go down. Into the catch-up phase, so less than 50 shots to go. Oh, it was 3? What? Yeah, I meant with both suits. Yeah, so... Math. I definitely wouldn't do my math in pen. That's a good cycle going. And she's down. Heckin', finally. Goodness. Alrighty. As far as this category goes, the danger is pretty much over. Probably the most dangerous thing is failing your shine spark and burning the acid on the escape. But that's certainly not going to happen here. Alright, baby has been sacrificed, and azder is blessed with the hyper beam. 36 shots on Mother Brain 3. It's a pretty nice positioning going. Not having high jump, you don't really have to do anything tricky. Just kind of angle up and go to town. And he's at 3 minutes to get the heck out of here. The town is about to explode. Azure. I don't even know why I mentioned failing the shine spark, because you can't do a shine spark in low percent ice. See, and none of you in chat even called me out. That's how exhausted you all are. None of you said, hey bunny, they don't have speed booster anyway. Can't even do a shine spark. Yeah, you guys are just letting me say stupid things at this point. Yeah, that's true. I did say that he won't fail a shine spark. Alright, and with that, Oster has finished in first place with a time of 2 hours, 8 minutes, and 8 seconds. And no, I'm not going to invite him for an interview. He does not deserve it. But I want to thank you all for sticking it out with me. Azure has clinched a spot in the playoffs for himself. I don't know exactly what position that puts him in, or if that's been decided. But definitely will be in the playoffs. This was the last race for Giggles, unfortunately, but GG to him. A very, very great effort on a category that is just pure evil. So we do have a race after this coming up on this channel. As far as I know, it's still happening. You don't need to watch it. But if you're interested, it's Polar Bear Bunny versus Freya's Spirit with Ditmook on commentary. Hopefully he's still awake and able to do comms for us. But I guess we're only 13 minutes late. We're not that late. But and then also at 10 p.m. Let's see if that's being restreamed. Yep, French Lightning John versus Kishmo on SpeedGaming main channel. And then we got 4 races tomorrow to finish out the first 6 weeks of Swift. So, thank you very, very much. for being here with me and sticking it out. I hope you all had a good time. And I'm gonna go ahead and close up so I can get a snack and be ready for my race. So I will see you all there, hopefully. Good night.